Okay, so before I really get into it, I wanted to talk really quick about the lead up to this because I'm kind of upset. I was really excited about trying to draw in Mario Paint with a Wacom tablet. I have a Intuos Pro Wacom tablet with a stylus that I use basically every day as a mouse. Um, Sometimes for work, I will doodle with it, but for the most part, I'm just, like this at my desk all day long, every day. It's so much better than holding onto a mouse. Um, Plus, it's in this really tight little window that I have to work in, so my wrist isn't traveling as far, and I feel like that has possibly helped my wrist maintain its integrity throughout the years, as opposed to people who immediately get carpal tunnel from using a mouse for a few days. Um, so I wanted to use the Wacom tablet. I checked around. Nobody was talking about using a Wacom tablet. I don't know if anybody's figured it out, and I just haven't found it. But I knew that because you have to install drivers, Wacom drivers, there was just no way that the Switch 2 was going to be able to handle any of that. The Switch 2 doesn't care about your Wacom drivers, essentially. And so they do, however, accept other mice, wired mice, USB powered mice that you can either plug directly into the Switch itself or plug into the dock. And so I ended up finding this, which I thought was super cool, and it is called the Plima, and it is a mouse pen. It's got a little optical sensor at the front, and you press in to left click. It's got a little scroll wheel on it. This button is your right click, and it's even got a little pen holder thing. But this was super cool. I plugged it into the computer. It worked just fine. It worked really well, honestly. It doesn't have the kind of pressure sensitivity that a Wacom Intuos stylus does, but it still worked really well right off the bat. And so I was like, oh, that's gonna work. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna base a whole video around using this thing on the Switch too. But I didn't want to just dive right in and then figure out once the video started. I mean, I already dove in and figured out that the audio sounded like Decepticon bullcrap, but um, I didn't want to be going through all of the rigmarole of trying to get this thing to work if it wasn't going to work, and it didn't work. Didn't work. Could not get it to work. Couldn't figure it out. It's got a wireless USB receiver that plugs into the Switch 2 via USB, and I figured that would work, and it just won't. There's no way it could work, and so I even ordered a this adapter that you can plug a keyboard and a mouse into, and you can use a keyboard and a mouse on the Switch too. It's pretty sweet. Didn't work on that either. Just can't get it to work. This thing will not work on the Switch 2. And so I am stuck using the good old Joy-Con 2 mouse mode for Mario Paint, which is going to be a struggle because it's not necessarily the easiest program to work in with mouse mode. Even with a mouse, I mean, it's just I'm used to Photoshop. I'm used to Procreate, where you can zoom, you can pinch to zoom, you can do all this cool stuff and get super precise with what you're doing. This is not like that at all. It is essentially using Windows 95, Microsoft Paint, and that's it. I mean, that's essentially what it is. Which, at least when I was younger, anytime me and my family would go to my aunt's house for dinners, we didn't have a computer, but she had they had a PC in their kitchen, and I would ask if I could get on there and use Microsoft Paint. And while all the adults were at the main table having their conversation and their coffee and getting ready for dinner, I would be sitting at the computer on the mouse working on some kind of art in Microsoft Paint. And then I would go and have dinner with them, and then after dinner go back and keep working on art. And sure, all of that stuff is long gone at this point, but I at least have a little bit of experience, even though it's been decades since I've done that. And yeah, so I was trying to think of like what kind of nerdy thing I could draw. Mario Paint came out in 1992. And in 1993, the year after, there was on the Sega system, Sega CD, there was a Sonic CD game. And I remember one of my brother's friends brought over his Sega CD and let us borrow it for, I don't know, a couple of days or a few days or something. And so it was sitting in there, and I was playing Sega CD, and there was something, I don't remember how I found out about this. Maybe it was like in a magazine or something, but there was a code that you put in on the pause screen, and you would get a piece of art. There was multiple pieces of like secret hidden art in Sonic CD, and one of the pieces I really, really loved, and it was just this really cute Japanese looking Sonic the Hedgehog, like anime style Sonic the Hedgehog. And he just looked kind of tired after running all over the place. And so it took a while to find the image, but I found it. And that is what I'm going to try to recreate in Mario Paint. And this is it. This is the piece of art. That's my reference right there for what I'm going to be working on with this thing. Mr. MB, if you are still here, can you let me know if the amount of volume between my voice and the music from Mario Paint is decent, or if I need to like adjust anything? That'd be great. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and your honesty. But otherwise, I am gonna go ahead and get started. All right. So it's balanced. Oh, fantastic! Thank you so much. Thank you again. So I have messed around with this like a few times just to get myself a little bit familiar with how it works. And man, when I say it's a struggle, it definitely is a struggle. This thing is very, very touchy, very sensitive. And there's a lot of really weird things involved with it that I don't remember from being a kid. I think I played with this when I was a kid, but I don't really remember. But yeah, so one of the things that I noticed is drawing is like it can be real tricky trying to get the kind of line that you want. There's like no way of doing any kind of line variation. It is, and then there's little things like that that are such a pain in the butt. You can use the dog to undo it and just keep redoing stuff. I'm just making some weird thing right now as I'm explaining how to do this, and I do apologize. I've had some kind of crappy cough thing for the last couple of days, and I don't know. I've got a throat lozenge right now, but I don't think it's helping that much. So I apologize for clearing my throat. This is the eraser. I want to get rid of that pixel. This is the eraser. You can get rid of big chunks of stuff, and you can only undo once. You only get one chance to go back a step. And if you don't like something that's in kind of a tight spot like this, you just kind of have to deal with it. One of the workarounds that I found out is if you switched to white, you can go in and cover over stuff. However, this background is not white. The background is, I don't know, emptiness. So I'm going to switch to this. This paintbrush is your fill. This is what fills in bigger areas that are completely closed off. So if I go to this pink and I go and paint in this, you can see that it still sees that white line, but I can paint the white line. So it's a workaround, but it does work. One of the things that I found that is real, a couple things that I found out that's really crappy. Okay, if you have the slightest little gap in your line and you go to fill in a shape like this one, if there was a gap right here, it would just fill the entire screen. The whole screen. There's no like minor threshold. So if you really have to pay attention to what you're doing, but also these little lost pixels. If you didn't get it, you got to go in there and try to match up just like that. Oh, that was too far. Like that. And just like that. Because if you go a little bit further and you tap on the black, well, now you screwed yourself. Such a pain in the butt. So this is going to be, like I said, a struggle. But it should be fun. Alright, so you got your tools. Paintbrush, or normal like drawing marker, thicker drawing marker, thickest drawing marker. Mario's face is actually a little stamp tool that fills in even thicker amounts. I don't know why it's Mario's face. Then we've got airbrush. To get those nice gradients going. And then we've got all of these tools, which are kind of cool. If you just want a straight line, draw a straight line. It's like you click and hold and drag to get your line, and then if it's where you want it to be, you let go and it fills it in. And then obviously there's two different variations of that, a thicker and a thickest. There's also a gradient line, so you click and hold and it makes a little gradient airbrush path. There's a square that you can draw from side to side. Thicker, thickest, and a gradient. You have to have a gradient square, because what would life be without a gradient square? And then there's the circles, which are very helpful. Yes, this is absolutely Mario soft paint. What's kind of crummy about this circle is, unlike Photoshop, so if you're familiar with Photoshop, or Illustrator, Adobe products, if you draw out a circle, this dog, by the way, gets rid of everything. If you draw out a circle in Illustrator or Photoshop, what you would do is, like, if I wanted a circle right here, I would start in the upper corner and drag down. But that's not how it works in Mario Paint. You have to figure out where the center of where you want a circle is, click and drag out from that to get your circle. There's a thick circle, and a thickest circle, and a gradient circle. So we'll do a gradient circle, because who doesn't love a gradient circle? And then this little bomb sends you back. Then there's paint. What the heck is this? What is this? What am I doing? Oh. What is this? So if you drag over an area, it copies that whole area and pastes it. I don't know if I'll be using that today. Then the eraser. Can you change the size of the eraser? Oh. You know, you learn something new every day. Okay. By default, the size of the eraser is gigantic. But you can go to a little tiny eraser and get rid of individual pixels. I'm just now finding this out. Alright, we're learning together. That's what this is all about. It's just about learning things. It's about playing video games. I mean, this is kind of a video game. And art. And then all of these are ways to completely clear the screen. The rocket ship just flies up and clears everything behind it. This one does some like weird pixel effect. This one is my favorite. And so I'm going to do it right now. That's so fun. Okay. Going back. So, how would I start this? What I would do, because I've already kind of tried it, is I kind of want to start with a circle, or I do want to start with a circle, because he's got a bunch of circles. He's got like his two little circle hands, he's got his circle body, and he's got his circle head. So at least with that, there's enough information to kind of start with. So I'm going to lay down my first circle for his head. Is it too low? Is it too high? Is it too big? You know, part of the issue with this... Oh yeah, no, I can't do that. So that's that. Then the circle's pretty dumb. Okay, I think this is okay. So if this is where his eyes are, the center of his body circle would be about here. So we're gonna expand out like that. And then I want to do another circle for his little tummy plate. What's up, little Atlas? Welcome. Welcome to Sonic Paint. Yeah, I'm gonna do like that. And I have a reason for this. Whoa, Epic Shadow, what's up? You here to watch me draw Sonic? Okay, so let's go back to this. I'm gonna go to the bigger one. Get rid of these outer lines. See, because this, it's already coming together. Look at that. It looks just like it. Alright. Couple more circles. Right about here. It's so tricky to move this thing. It's like it does not. It just does not want to do what you want it to do all the time. That's too far away. And I got fruit flies somehow. I don't even have fruit up here. I don't know what the heck is going on. That looks alright. I'm gonna stick with it. Where's my eraser? I'm gonna go with the little one. So, Little Atlas and Epic Shadow, if you didn't know, you can change the size of the eraser tool in Mario Paint. It's so much better. Okay. Where was I? Okay, I'm gonna go back to this because I want to do the little cuffs around his gloves. Get those kind of locked in. Like that. It's good. It's good. And then this one. It's pretty good. First try. Bad. Oh wait, let's do this one. That's alright. I'm gonna go back to the eraser. Now, for anybody curious, I am not trying to be 100% accurate with this. I'm literally just trying my best. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna. It's probably gonna look like shit by the time it's all done. Oh god. Honestly, but you know, it's worth. It's worth the journey. Ooh, actually, circle tool. I'm gonna use the circle tool for his shoes because I don't know if it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Let's see. If I pull this up, it's like not even in the right spot. You see what I'm going for? I want to try that again. Because I feel like that could work. I just need, the center needs to be like here. His shoes are, it's so tall. I'm gonna try one more time. One more time. I don't want to do it by hand. I know I can't. I know I can't. And it feels like it's like angled a little bit in towards him. Which I'm not gonna get that by doing this. You know what? I'm just gonna go with this. I'm just gonna say that's a shoe, and that's what shoes do. And I'll do it on this side too. Like that. Spin this one out a little bit. Okay. So I'll go back to my eraser. Get rid of the inner bits. Yes. Yes. Okay. Look at that. Works for me. And then I'm just going to do the line tool to connect these things. So much easier. Even though they're kind of roundy corners, it's fine. It's fine. How do I do this? How am I going to do this? Back to this. I really want to get. I want to round the shoe corner. Yeah, I want to round this. I want to round this a bit, and then try to round that. So, oh gosh, just cannot. You can't. Okay. Good. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all the detail in this little sock piece, though. But we'll see once I start adding color. And I want to round this too. Okay. And one of the nice things about this illustration, you can't really see it, is he's got a big shadow underneath him. Oh my god. I was gonna go hit Control Z on my keyboard, but that's not how it works. Ugh, dog. Friggin'. Okay. Paintbrush. Shadow. Shadow. Ah, it's such a pain in the butt. But you know what? I asked for it. This is exactly what I wanted to do with my knife. Is try to make this. Am I gonna get it? Stop moving there. So this line looks very messy, but instead of going back and like redrawing it over and over again, I'm just gonna go over it with red. since the red's already going to be there, just cover it in red. It's such a pain. Alright, white. It's got a little white stripe on his shoe. One of the things that I am not super into about this fantastic Nintendo painting product is the fact that there's such a limited color palette. So go back. Just draw this. There we go. There's a limited color palette, and you cannot adjust the colors that are already there. So there's this blue, which I guess I can use to color in this body right now. And once you, I mean, like, that's it. Like, you have to be very strategic about what you're going to be drawing, because, you know, I don't really have... Ah, crap. See, that happens if you don't get it spot on, pixel perfect. So, like, I don't have a brown. Oh, I do have a brown. It's a brown right here. Okay, so I lied about not having a brown. But it's not, like, the right brown. And what is even more tragic is I would love to be able to just, like, adjust the colors a little bit. Like, make the brown a little bit more reddish and make the beige a little bit more pinkish. But I can't. I'm just limited. Now, there are other color things that you can choose from, as opposed to just these colors. But they're all a little funky. So this little guy that's been jumping around up here, if you click on him, you can change to these pixel grids, which I would argue something like this could be a good substitute for a brown. Look, if you squint. If you look at it and you squint, it kind of looks like a reddish shadow. Oh crap, I did two of them. But it's not, I don't know, it's just a weird texture. I'd rather see solid colors. And this is the most normal collection of alternative colors you're gonna get, as far as like shadows and stuff. Because after this, it just goes crazy. There's this weird... I don't even know like what this is trying to be. There's a rainbow one. It all... Here, I'll just like draw with something. I don't know what it's trying to be. Like a textured surface? It's not supposed to be a highlight because it's so uneven. I don't really understand. I'm sure there's a good application for it. Like, it looks like, I don't know, gravel. Then there's this, which is very fitting for Sonic the Hedgehog, because, you know, this alone is basically Green Hill Zone. What's that? Oops. Okay, I'm getting rid of that. Then comes to even like messier, crazier colors where it's like combining colors to try to like, that's the pattern that it makes. It's kind of like camouflage. I guess it could be grass. This one could be like volcano interior. What does this one look like? If this is like volcano interior wall, volcano interior walking path, water, picnic blanket. I don't know. Swamp, grass, lava, fire, lava fire. Just a jumble of pixels. And then patterns. Clearly, we need patterns. I don't know what really any of I'll ever use for any of these, especially that one. Then we go to Nintendo pixel art. These are all the little icons from the music side of Mario Paint. More little Mario icons, plus a shark and a dinosaur and a tiger and a giraffe. Well, I guess some of these things are... these things ended up making it in a Mario Kart world. Except for the shark. Is there a shark in any of the Mario games? I think so. Other weird things. Peach's crown. What is this? Mount Fiji? God, there's more icons. Trees, shapes, three-dimensional shapes. Mario, Super Mario World sprites. Nothing. And we're back to the beginning. Okay, so now I can fix this thing. But those are the colors that you get. And they're not necessarily what I would like to be working with, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Right. That one of them was a little shine on his tummy. Let me switch to the shadows. Because I think this will really help. It'll really help bring it all together. Like that. I really wish that I could have gotten that mouse pen to work. Would have made this whole process so much more fun. Ugh. It's not that working with the Joy-Con 2 controller in mouse mode is like the worst thing on the planet. Okay. But I don't know. Oh, I was also thinking perhaps they're not going to do it. Nintendo will not do what I'm about to say. But it would be really cool if Nintendo decided to give us some kind of like for the original Mario Paint, there was a little Mario Paint mouse and mouse pad. It'd be cool if Nintendo gave us a Mario Paint switch to stylus. That's not gonna happen though. Definitely not gonna happen. I did see, if anybody who's watching or ends up seeing this at some point watches Arlo, the green Muppet YouTuber, or sorry, blue Muppet YouTuber, Arlo. I watched an episode of his where he was talking about a new patent that Nintendo has set for something that snaps onto the side of the Joy-Con with magnets, and it's got a little crank. I'm guessing for like fishing emulation, any kind of fishing simulator game. I don't know if anybody has realized this, but I've been holding up and drawing his face for so long. I have no choice. I have to do it. I have to go for it now. This is like definitely the trickiest part. I don't even know where to start. I think I'm going to start with this shape. And that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Put his nose in there. I screwed up like right at the very end of it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, I've got this. This. That. It honestly doesn't really look that bad, but I don't want that there. That's what I mean. Alright. Get the little shine on his nose. It's kind of alright. I'm honestly not too upset with that. The smile. Is that okay? I think I want to fix this side. It's just gonna... Like, you try to fix something, you're gonna screw up something else. That's okay. It's okay. That's not bad. Okay. This next part. The eyes. How do I even wanna... So, that's the bottom. That's the top. That's the side. I think that's the top. There. And then his skin looks like it flaps around. That's not good. I'm gonna go with the line. I'm gonna go with the line tool because it's kind of a straight line. So I'm gonna draw from here to there. That's not bad. Alright. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe not. Alright, this is gonna be the trickiest part because it's a big, like, just a big wonky curve that my hand cannot do. Like immediately I screwed up. My hand cannot do this kind of motion. I think I can work with it. I just need to like stretch it out. These headphones keep slipping out of my ears. Yeah. I am gonna use the eraser for this. Yeah, because I'm just gonna use the eraser. I'm like, I've got all of these. Got all of these like. I don't want to explain it. It is like playing a video game, especially with these limited tools, because when you're trying to it's kind of okay. When you're trying to do this, it's like you're thinking about what you're about to do and also trying to avoid making more problems for yourself while you go. But for his eyes, I really want to use this circle tool. Clearly, like the iris parts of his eyes, because they're circles. It's too loud. Center's got to be up a little bit higher, like here. Hey, that was pretty good. But see, it's gonna cause a problem for me because he's got gray tones. I can't like show you. I'm sure you can see it, but there's like gray tones in his eyes that are like in the middle and up in here and over here, and it almost seems like it would be easier to draw those in before drawing the eyes. But then also maybe not, I don't know. Is this a good circle? It's too low. It's too low. It's gotta be up like a pixel higher. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll do. Screw it. I'm going back to the pen. I want to do his like pupils. Okay. that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then I just need to match this shape. That white needs to. Also, I need to fill in. I need to fill in that empty space with white, because white isn't white. It's just not. It's transparent. It's nothingness. So we're gonna go to this and try to get that to match. You know, I'm like sitting here struggling with this. I can't even imagine what it must have been like making all of that original pixel art. And people are still making pixel art today, but I feel like the programs that we have available to make pixel art today have to be far more advanced. I don't know if anybody's checked out my interview video with Ophidian Interactive, but Alan, the designer on that game, is doing everything with pixel art. Like everything that he's doing, animation, illustration, characters, backgrounds, everything is pixel art. And it all looks really, really fantastic. Busby, yeah. Mr. MB. Yeah, the animation that he is doing in that game looks so cool. And I really hope that those guys keep working through it and stick it out. It seems like it's going to be a really long process. But man, it would be so cool. Like yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. There was a Nintendo Indie World showcase. And even though some of those titles were definitely titles that had a lot more backing, it's still so cool to see these independent developers making such cool looking games. Oh yeah, that boss is really neat. With all of his like different movesets. The interview's very long, and I want to make, I was thinking about it the other day and I still have not done it, but I want to make a abridged version of that interview where it's just shortened down to maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes or something, instead of being like an hour and 10 minutes long. But if you're watching through it, there's a part later in the video when they're talking about the software that they use, and you can see that where it was in that alpha trailer that I showed to even where it is now, there's so much more going on. Like, and I didn't even really notice it at first, but after they pointed it out, it made sense. They had like that boss character shoots these little orbs out of his back, And in the alpha trailer, they're just white orbs. But in the build that they have currently, the orbs kind of like rotate and pulse and glow, and I don't know, it's really cool. Very cool that those guys ended up finding each other and realizing that they can work well together to make a video game. It's pretty sweet. I've got a couple video game ideas, and I've illustrated a bunch of stuff for one of them. I want to get that little, it's not... I'm going to make this a little bit shorter to try to not make this super uneven, but he's got this little extra flap of skin before the bottom of his ear, and I want that in this. So I've worked on some art for one game, that I thought would be a really cool idea. I was sitting at work one day several years ago. Maybe like 6 years ago. And I feel like maybe it had something to do with whatever task I was working on. I think maybe we were being asked to think about game mechanics, because at the job that I was at, it was all like marketing stuff, but we did do a couple of gamified pieces of marketing material for internal Intel and internal Dell campaigns. It's all just for the people that work for Dell and Intel. They were the only ones that ever saw the stuff, but it was still fun to make. And I think we were being asked to come up with a game mechanic, and I thought of something that would be cool but would not apply to that task. And essentially what it was a system, or a game rather. Fucking it's so frustrating. I'm not gonna worry about that part though. God. I just want it to do what I want it to do. Do the thing that I want you to do. Hand and Joy-Con 2. There we go. So it was like the mechanic, or the kind of shtick to the game, is your character makes it it would be a side scroller going from left to right, and your character goes through several levels, killing foes and making their way, through several stages. Kind of like a Mario game, But in more of a realistic setting, maybe kind of like a Metroid, maybe kind of like a Dead Cells, where there's vertical traversal as well as left to right, but mainly left to right. And then the halfway point of the game is the very end of the game. The end of the game is the halfway point of the game. So once you get to the end of the last level, you're at the last boss, you've traveled all this way, did all the things, you killed all the bad guys. The boss grabs you and chucks you, and you fly all the way back through every level. You see all the levels just flying by you as your character is like sitting in the middle. All the levels, you know, the snow level, the desert level, the jungle level, blah 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 blah, everything's flying by, and then you slam up against a wall in the village that you started in, fall down to the ground, and your soul exits your body because you're dead. But, and I had to like think of like the reason why, but the character, and I was like putting all of this together as I was like thinking about it. The character has this little pendant that, and I figured it would be a female character, a little pendant that she wears, and it brings her soul back into her body, and now she has to go all the way back to the very end. But now that she's dead, she has to fight all of the souls of all of the bad guys that she killed on her way to the boss in the first place. And when she kills the bad guys' souls, the little pendant that she has collects their souls, and once she's collected enough souls in her little pendant, then she has the strength to beat the character at the end of the game. Or the character that threw her back to the beginning of the game, I guess. And I really like that idea, and I don't know, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows of a game that has a mechanic that's like that. But I feel like I haven't heard of anything quite like that. And I would still like to play it. I even came up with like a whole bunch of lore for it. This is starting to look really bad. That doesn't look great. I came up with a bunch of lore for it. I came up with like names. I came up with character art. I named the game Spirit Stones because I thought it would be cool if the bad character also had a stone with spirits in it. And that's what made that character so strong, was their spirit stone. Ideas. Never enough time to actually make them happen. It looks so sloppy. But you know what? It can be fixed. Fix it in post. That's what they say in the film industry. Yeah, I had another video game idea recently. And if anybody is out there and they need a video game idea and they just happen to be listening to this, feel free to use them. Go ahead and make these games. I don't care. I'm never going to do it. It's just like when someone wants to hold back information about a movie that I've never seen. I don't care. I'm never going to watch it. Just tell me. Tell me the thing. But yeah, if anybody's looking for a video game idea, another game that I thought of was called... it was from going to the bar, the whiskey bar that I go to. I got a discount from the bartender that works there for service industry night, even though I don't work in the service industry. And once he told me that I was getting a service industry night discount, my brain immediately came up with a video game. A knight in shining armor that wants to be a like official knight with the guard, with the royal guard, but it just keeps getting rejected and turned down, and told that he's not good enough, and blah 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 blah. And so he doesn't know what to do with himself. He ends up getting a job at a bar, cleaning up tables and, you know, just cleaning up after everybody. And he ends up asking if he can start making drinks. And so in the game, you're just learning how to make cocktails. And the better you get at making cocktails, the more like pieces of armor you unlock. And eventually, you end up unlocking enough armor to where you become the service industry knight. And everybody loves you, and you get to fight with the royal guard and live out your dream. I think it would be really funny. And I think that kind of also stemmed from a video game that I can't remember where I saw it first, but there's a game where you are... It was like made by Budweiser. It was a Budweiser game. And you work in a bar and you're just serving up beers. You're serving Budweisers to all of the all the clients that come into your bar. And it would be kind of like that, but funner and cuter and more modern, because that Budweiser game is super old. It's looking okay. This thing needs to come down a little bit more. I think it's looking pretty good, right? 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 Thanks, Mr. MB. I think I want to... How do I want to do this? I really want the shadows to be on his spikies. It's just gonna look like garbage, I feel like, if it's a solid black. But maybe not. Maybe it won't look so bad. So I think I'm gonna do it. First I need to clean up this stuff though. Okay. Mr. MB, did you hear anything I said about those video game ideas? Are those video games that you would play? What kind of video games do you play? What are your favorite? You're gonna post it in the community post? I should post it in the community post. I still need to post the other ones in the community post. The babies, and the Waddle Dee, and the Astrobot. Yeah, I think I'll leave it. Working on this, though, really makes me want to draw this illustration again, but in Procreate, so that I can see it looking like super clean. Because this original artist's pixel illustration is so good. but I feel like it would look even nicer if it had kind of finer line work. Eh. I kind of like it. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's kind of not so bad. Souls game. What's the Souls game one? Like Dark Souls? Oh. Oh, am I gonna post like my Spirit Stone Soul game? What are you asking for, Mr. MB? The one about the pendulum. The Spirit Stones? You want me to post art for that? I could. I kind of, you know, designed out like the main character girl and her husband, and I almost tried to hit Control Z again. The bad character, who's also a female. You know, equal opportunity. Here. Up in here. Oh no, like what? Oh no. What kind of games do you like to play? Like what is your game style? What do you go for? Like if you're gonna sit down with a video game, what kind of video game do you want to sit down with? Whether it's for 15 minutes or 60 hours. Oh, Hollow Knight, nice. Are you... I assume you're gonna go for Silk Song once that comes out? Hollow Knight's hard. I tried playing it, and I suck. I suck at video games. I love playing video games. I suck at them. I'm pretty happy with this. Honestly, I'm not too upset with how this Sonic turned out for being a Mario Paint drawing. I will show this. I'm going to keep this. And I'm also going to redraw this Sonic in Procreate because I want to know what it looks like. Yeah, so I guess the last thing to do is destroy it. Which one should I go with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Pick a number 1 through 9. Mr. MB. Nine. Oh, you just you just want to see the rocket ship? All right, here it goes. And he's gone. All right. I can't hear you. I can hear you. I mean, I can't hear you, but I can see the text that you can't hear me. And I appreciate that. Yeah, so this thing was like $35 on Amazon. It's pretty sweet. Does not work with the Nintendo Switch 2. Won't work. But you know what? It's okay. And maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody will see this and they'll get it and they'll figure out how to make it work with the Switch 2 and with Mario Paint. And they'll let me know, and then I can try to do another Mario Paint where I make something that maybe doesn't take as long and potentially even looks better than that Sonic. That'd be cool. Um, but otherwise, that was it. That was my that was my experiment. Thank you, anybody that popped in. Thank you, specifically Mr. MB, for your assistance throughout this process and helping me get. I'm still getting used to it, man. Still getting used to the audio. Still getting used to. Uh, at least this time, I started the live stream. Last time, I didn't even hit the go live button until basically the very end. But thank you so much for helping me with all of this. I know it's really late for you, so I hope that you're able to get some sleep soon. Um, Thank you for anybody else that popped in and joined and chatted. It was great. Great to have you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to getting some videos going, some like normal videos. I've got several ideas. I just have been trying to get the time to work through them. But thank you again. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I will see you next time.